Welcome back to Back Then, where we journey into everyday life of past worlds and uncover the stories behind what people did, how they felt, how they looked. Today, we travel to the banks of the mighty Nile River and the sands of the desert of ancient Egypt. But instead of tombs and pyramids, we're going to explore beauty. Yes, beauty. How the ancient Egyptians cared for their skin, adorned their eyes and lips, styled their hair, and what that tells us about identity, ritual, power, and survival. Imagine the sun blazing along a white limestone facade of a temple, a gentle breeze stirring palm fronds, and a noble woman preparing herself in the inner chambers of her house. In the warm light, you see bowls of clay, jars of oils, mineral powders, fine linen, jewelry. The act of applying makeup was not simply cosmetic. It was symbolic, it was medical, it was protective, it was ritual. Today, we will walk through 6 key sections of ancient Egyptian beauty. First, the cultural concept of beauty and protection. Second, skincare and spa rituals. Third, the innovations in eye makeup. Fourth, lips and cheek color. Fifth, hair and head adornment. And finally, the legacy and takeaways for us today. 1. Beauty and protection. In ancient Egypt, beauty wasn't superficial. From the earliest dynasties, the Egyptians associated physical appearance with health, spiritual order, and status. The concept of ma'at, balance, order, cosmic harmony, wasn't just metaphysical. It extended into daily life, into how one presented oneself in public and private. The skin, the face, the eyes were portals of power and protection. Dressing well, grooming, adorning oneself, they signaled not only wealth or status, but alignment with nature and the divine. For a woman or man in the noble class, the act of applying dark kohl around the eyes had multiple meanings. Protection from sun glare and dust, preventing eye infection, but also connecting the wearer to the eyes of gods like Horus and the mighty Ra. The dark liner becomes a mask of power, underlining the eye's shape, but also acting as a protective barrier. The use of green malachite or blue azurite around the eye signaled regenerative power, the color of vegetation, of renewal. In tomb paintings, we often see queens and noblewomen depicted with pale skin, dark-lined eyes, shimmering jewelry. These are not merely aesthetic choices, but coded signals. You are purified, you are aligned, you are protected. At the same time, the tools of beauty acted as barriers to the environment. The desert sun, the dust, the insects. The boundary between ritual, medicine, and style is almost invisible. The message to us? In ancient Egypt, beauty was deeply integrated with survival and symbolism. 2. Skincare and spa rituals. Let's step into the inner chambers of an ancient Egyptian home. Imagine alabaster jars and bowls carved with lotus motifs, soft linen garments, servants fanning lotus petals, fragrance in the air from myrrh and frankincense resin. We see a noblewoman reclining on a low couch. Attendants bring a paste of clay and natron. They apply oils of moringa or castor to her arms and face, removing dust and dead skin. Skincare was ritualized. Historical studies show women in the Middle Kingdom and New Kingdom eras used exfoliating pastes composed of fine sand, natron salts, and oils. They used clay masks to draw out impurities. They used scented oils not only for fragrance, but for moisturizing, for antiseptic effect, for scent to indicate cleanliness and status. Even people of lower status engaged in grooming, though with simpler materials. Among high-status individuals, the containers were ornately carved. The tools may have included ivory spatulas, small mirrors of polished bronze, reed brushes for oils and powders. One striking fact, cosmetics in ancient Egypt were used not only by women, but by men, children, and servants. Everyone sought the look of cleanliness, radiance, and protection. The containers, the tools, the color palettes may vary, but the practice was broad. Here, skin wasn't just a canvas, it was a statement. When a woman had smooth, radiant skin, she was signaling vitality, youth, health. The desert environment was harsh, the sun intense. Grooming and skincare were practical. Oils helped condition the skin. Masks helped purify it. Exfoliation removed dust and dead cells. The senses were engaged. Fragrance, touch, color, the feel of linen. The process itself was relaxing, pleasurable, ritual. For us today, this offers a clear takeaway. Beauty isn't only about color and look, it is about caring, prepping, protecting. When you invest in skin, when you cleanse, when you treat your face like a ritual rather than a chore, you're echoing ancient wisdom. 3. Eye makeup innovations. Now we move to the accent of Egyptian beauty, the eyes. Wide, alert, dark-lined eyes. Whether on stone carvings, wall paintings, or preserved makeup palettes, the evidence is rich. The pigments used: galena, a lead sulfide, for black coal; malachite, copper carbonate, for green; azurite, for blue. These weren't random. They had practical effects. Galena mixed with oil created a protective underlayer, shielding the eye from sun glare and dust. Copper compounds served as mild antimicrobial agents. The result: beauty, function, and medicine in one. Picture an artisan's bench. Small fish-shaped palettes of malachite green, reed brushes, tiny jars of galena dust, oil. A noblewoman or high-status man sits, and a servant applies a slender reed brush along the upper and lower lash line, extending it in a soft wing. The green malachite may adorn the lid or a small dot near the inner corner. The finished look is dramatic, but its meaning runs deeper. The eye becomes a symbol of protection, a symbol of the falcon god Horus, a symbol of the royal power. In the funerary iconography, we see pharaohs with heavily lined eyes, their gaze forward, unflinching. The mask of Kohl becomes a shield. At the same time, the green pigment speaks of regeneration, of the Nile's vegetation, of life after death. With one application, the wearer connects to the land, to the gods, and to the daily struggle of living in an arid, sun-baked land. One more nuance: the palettes themselves. Some have been found in tombs, carved from ivory or wood. Some are ornate fish shapes. They indicate high craftsmanship and aesthetic pride. Also, the application itself was rhythmical and calm, an act of preparation. For us, modern users of eyeliner or eyeshadow, there's a lesson. When you line an eye, consider its purpose. Maybe it's not only about shape, but about frame, protection, ritual. A subtle hint of green or copper near the inner eye corner can evoke the malachite green tradition. 4. Lips and cheek color. Next, we look at lips and cheek. In ancient Egypt, color on the lips and cheeks signaled vitality, health, youth. And the pigments? Natural earths. Red ochre for lips and cheeks, occasionally greenish or bluish hues for decoration, though less common. In many tomb paintings and statues, we see women with pale, luminous skin and lips stained a soft red-brown. Men, too, sometimes wore lip tint. The red hue symbolized blood, life force, energy. In one elaboration, jars of red ochre-based lip tint have been discovered, often with a small stick applicator. Women might dab color onto lips and cheeks before going out. The contrast of pale skin, indicating indoor status, and warmer lip, cheek color highlighted class and gender distinctions. Women wanting to emphasize their youth and attractiveness would choose a gentle blush shade and lip stain. At the same time, the use of oils and protective skin masks ensured that the color was displayed on healthy skin rather than flaky, dry skin. Beyond color, the act of applying lip and cheek color was pleasurable and social. It may have been part of a chamber ritual, attendants adjusting garments, applying oil, then tinting cheeks and lips. The mirrors of polished bronze allowed glimpses of the face, the woman studying her reflection, adjusting the line, the shade. In the culture, the image of a woman with modest but distinct color meant she was cared for, she was healthy, she was ready for company and for the gods. For modern viewers, consider a warm terracotta or soft red-brown lip color rather than bright pop reds. A blush that sits subtly, as though reflecting inner health rather than shouting it. Good skin base, then a hint of color, embracing the ancient aesthetic of natural radiance.
5. Hair and head adornment. Our next focus, hair. In ancient Egypt, hair was not only practical, protecting against sun, dust, and insects, but deeply styled. Elite men and women often wore wigs, human hair, wool, vegetable fiber, constructed by skilled wig makers. These wigs protected the natural hair and scalp from the desert conditions, while also signaling status. A perfect wig carved and formed into rows of braids, beads, ribbons. Perfume cones of scented wax resins were sometimes worn on the head and would melt from body heat, releasing fragrance as the person moved. Imagine a wig maker's workshop. Daylight filtering through lattice, small tools laid out, beeswax, resin, plant oils to soften hair, beads of carnelian, lapis lazuli, turquoise threading through braids. A noblewoman visits, chooses a dark wig that will contrast with her pale linen dress. The wig's braids fall over her shoulders, the beads catch the light. Before stepping out into public, she wears her cone of scented wax atop the wig. It slowly melts, a faint incense fragrance trails behind her. Not only wigs, the Egyptians used headbands, ribbons, gold fillets, perfumed oils for natural hair. One archaeological find showed a 3,400-year-old wig treated with plant oils to keep it smooth and lustrous. The hair care rituals were as refined as skin care. The hair barrel rolls, braids, adornments, all are carefully executed. In this world, hair was crown, ritual, identity. It was tied to femininity, to royalty, to daily life. For the modern viewer, hair care is not just at the ends or highlights, it's about texture, protection, style, ritual. A braid, a ribbon, a scent can elevate the ordinary. Use oils, care for the scalp. Consider that your hairstyle is part of the narrative of your face and body. 6. Legacy and modern takeaways. What does this all mean for us today? The beauty industry continues to draw inspiration from ancient Egypt. Eyeliners, mineral pigments, spa ritual atmospheres, packaging that evokes hieroglyphs and gold. But there are important distinctions. We have modern safety standards, ethical considerations, and synthetic alternatives. For example, the ancient Kohl often contained lead or arsenic, obviously no longer safe. The modern user must source safe products. Yet the core ideas remain: beauty plus health plus meaning. When we clean our skin, apply oils, choose a pigment, treat our hair with ritual, that's far more than vanity. It is self-care, self-identity, connection with history. When you apply eyeliner, think of the Egyptians, not only to emphasize, but to protect, to frame, to connect. When you choose your lip color, consider how it might reflect health, energy, status. When you style your hair, know that you are not just following a trend, you are continuing a 3,000-year-old practice of adornment and statement. Here's a simple modern routine inspired by ancient Egypt. Clean your face gently of dust and pollution. Once a week, apply a natural exfoliant, then a hydrating oil or serum. Choose a tinted base that allows your natural skin to shine through rather than mask it. For eye makeup, apply a deep liner that hugs the lash line, extend a soft wing, and add a hint of copper or green near the inner corner to echo malachite. For lips and cheeks, Pick a warm terracotta or red-brown. Keep it subtle, let it whisper rather than shout. For hair, pick a quality oil or serum. Think about your scalp health. Consider a braid, ribbon, or accessory. Fragrance the hair with a subtle scent of lotus, frankincense, or myrrh. Above all, approach the routine with intention. Beauty isn't just what the mirror says, it's what your ritual says. In this way, when you look in the mirror, you are not only seeing yourself, you are seeing thousands of years of practice, of ceremony, of statement. You are connected to the banks of the Nile, to the palms that gaze at sunset, to the oil-lit chambers where noble women prepared for their day, and to the power of a bold-lined eye staring into the sun. Closing. Thank you for joining me on this journey into back-then beauty, ancient Egyptian makeup secrets. I hope you not only learned about products and pigments, but felt connected to the lives of women and men long ago, to their rituals, their daily luxuries and necessities. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you won't miss our next time travel story. In the comments below, which Egyptian beauty secret surprised you the most? And if you try any of the modern takeaways in your own routine, tag us on Instagram or TikTok. I'd love to see your look inspired by the ancients. Until next time, keep looking back to move forward, because when we know where beauty came from, we understand where it's going. See you back then!